Hello YouTube, Kaitlyn here, and do you know how to make the right New Year's resolution? Of course, I'm going to look like Taylor Swift by the end of the year. Duh! So it's almost a new year, and you know what that means? That means making New Year's resolutions, because everywhere you go, everything you see, it's like, oh, you're gonna make a New Year's resolution, right? And if you're like most normal people, you're kind of like, oh yeah, I need to change a lot of stuff in my life, so I should definitely make a New Year's resolution, but I don't know what that should be. Resolutions are easy to make, but hard to actually accomplish. I'm pretty proud of myself because for the last 2 years, I have made resolutions and I have actually kind of stuck with them. Was it like going to the gym every day at 5 a.m.? No, I'm not that good. In 2013, I decided that I wanted to write more in my novel. I hadn't written in it for maybe 3 years, and so I decided to start rewriting it, and I would write a chapter a month, which didn't seem like a lot of writing, but would be a heck of a lot more writing than I had been doing in the last 3 years when I hadn't been writing anything. And I did that, and it was hard sometimes, but it was so rewarding at the end of the year when I was like, here's 12 chapters that I wrote. And then in 2014, I decided to be more open about doing new things on my channel. I didn't outline what those things were going to be at the beginning of 2014, but I decided that if I had an idea, that I would just go for it. And that came out really successfully because I did Veda, so vlog every day in August, which you guys really loved, and I had no idea that you would love that so much. So now it's another year and a time to pick new resolutions and to try to find things that are the right ones. Not just something that you might do for a couple weeks and then just throw out and be like, oh, this is awful, I hate it, I don't want to do it anymore, but to really have something that you stick to and enjoy and can look back at the end of 2016 and say, hey, I tried this, it was something new, and I actually enjoyed it. Or maybe it didn't go so well, but hey, at least you tried it. Okay, so what's the big secret to making the right New Year's resolution? First of all, think about all the things that you have maybe been wanting to do recently, but just haven't had the time to do. That was definitely the case for me with writing and trying new things on my YouTube channel. After you've made your list of things you really haven't had time for, then the second step would be to go through that list and see what really excites you. Maybe you haven't had time to go to the gym every day at 5 a.m., but is that actually exciting you with the thought of kind of making yourself do that in 2016, or is it just hurting you on the inside, like, oh, you're cringing, you don't want to do it? And maybe instead a little bit lower on your list is, I want to increase my artistic skills. And maybe that one kind of gives you this little tingling feeling inside and you're like, that sounds like something that would be cool and I would be proud of myself at the end of the year if I accomplish this. So once you figured out what you're excited about, step 3 would be to make specific goals for that resolution, not just say, I'm going to be more artistic in 2016. Actually come up with real things that you can accomplish every week or month or day even. So what you could say is, I want to make any kind, just one piece of art a week. It could be anything from a doodle to a sculpture to, going and finding some kind of tutorial and following that and learning how to do a new type of art. But giving yourself a specific goal means that every week when you accomplish it, then you can feel really good about yourself. And if you don't accomplish it, then you can kind of reflect back and think, all right, why didn't I accomplish this goal? What can I change for next week to make sure that I accomplish it? And I would also really recommend a weekly goal because it's just about the perfect amount of time. You don't feel overwhelmed with having a daily goal, but you also can't forget about it like you can with a monthly goal. Okay, so now you know what you're gonna do. You're gonna go through and figure out what you haven't had time for, then you're gonna figure out of those things what excites you the most, and then once you've picked that, you have to go through and set a very specific goal that you can accomplish every week or whatever time period you want to do. That sounds feasible, I guess. It's definitely feasible. I've been doing it for the last 2 years and I'm gonna do it again this year, and if you knew me personally, you would know that I'm really terrible at setting goals for myself and actually accomplish them sometimes. I set these huge goals and then I have no end date for them and it just becomes a mess and people are like, so how are you doing on this thing? And I'm like, I don't know, it's awful. So these yearly resolutions with weekly goals have really helped me accomplish something and feel like this year was the year of blah, blah, blah. So I hope you guys can make some really great resolutions, and I would love it if you would share it down in the comments with me so that I can encourage you and we can encourage each other with our resolutions this year. And next week, I'm going to be telling you about kind of my resolutions and goals for this year, about my channel and in my personal life. So look forward to that next week. I'm really excited and also really terrified. So good luck making your your resolutions, and I hope that you have a wonderful new year. And remember to like, favorite, share, and subscribe if this video made you smile. See you guys next Thursday, but technically next year.